Greyhound View this week, we look back at the final of the Egan Hospitality 525 from Shelbourne Park, the Munster Puppy Cup from Clonmel, along with the Beamish Stout 575 from Cork. Plus, we head to Lifford for the semi-finals of the North West Oaks. But first, it's racing from Newbridge. The County Kildare Stadium witnessed a tremendous final to the Newbridge Oaks last Friday night, with €10,000 and trophy on offer to the winner, and of course that extra bonus incentive of €50,000 if the winner of the Newbridge Oaks goes on to win the 2004 Irish Oaks. Ian Fortune takes us through the lineup.
The in-one legal moment owned and trained by Anne Buckley in Westmeath, this daughter of judicial pride and legal Jan, well drawn on the rails. She's won 15 of 22 starts. She's a top-class tracker. In two, DAVRAN Chief, trained by Mary Gilbert for the Granville Syndicate in Dublin. This daughter of Coonach Chief and Clare Contender reached the final of the Produce Stakes earlier in the year, but injury ruled her out. She's back to her best. She's won with claims. 3 is TYRUR MARITA, trained by Paul Hennessy for PJ Fahy in Galway. This a daughter of Larkill Joe in Pinhead. She's won 7 of her 15 starts. She'll be powering down the back straight. 4, Spellbound, trained by Ollie Bray for Michael Carney and Larry O'Rourke. This daughter of Honcho Classic in Central Lass, one of the best bitches in training. She is phenomenal pace. She looks the one to beat. 5 Miles Flavour, owned and trained by PJ Field in Kildare. This daughter of Staples Joe and Miles Storm, one of the outsiders, needs a bit of luck. And 6, The Other Domino, the Munster Oaks winner, trained by Francis O'Donnell in Killinall. This daughter of Larkill Joe and The Other Joy will be finishing faster than any. She's certainly one that could make the frame. Well, the runners now in traps for the final of the Newbridge Oaks. The favourite in trap 4, Spellbound. Here up behind traps. Away they go. Number 1 now on the inside. Legal Moment leads up. Now number 4, Spellbound in the middle. But it's number 1, Legal Moment. Going to lead around the corner. Number 4, Spellbound slips around the second. Back in third. Number 2, DAVRAN Chief. But around the second corner, it's Legal Moment that leads. Number 4, Spellbound in chase. Then comes number 2, DAVRAN Chief, passing halfway. Number 1, Legal Moment leads. Here comes number 4, though, Spellbound further back to DAVRAN Chief. Then comes number 6, The Other Domino. But around the final corner, number 1, Legal Moment. Here comes number 4, Spellbound. And number 2, DAVRAN Chief up down straight. Number 4, Spellbound. Number 1 on the outside, Legal Moment. Number 4, Spellbound gets there. Second, number 1, Legal Moment. It's close for third, but what a performance there by Spellbound. A cracking bitch. The winning time, 28.56. A magnificent performance. And the result of the final of the Newbridge Oaks, the winner, trap 4, Spellbound. Second, number 1, Legal Moment. And third, number 2, DAVRAN Chief. The winning time, a very fast 28.56. Well, it was between the third and fourth corners where Spellbound really launched her challenge, coming through on the inside at the last corner. Once she got to the front, she was never going to be caught, and she stayed on strongly for a famous victory. One wonders, is that €50,000 bonus in line for her if she goes on to win next year's Oaks? Well, Ollie, we've just seen Spellbound winning the Newbridge Oaks. She's been a great servant for you. She won the Puppy Oaks earlier in the year, and of course she won the Breeders' Cup. You must be delighted with her.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a lot more now. She a little bit unlucky in the big Oaks, even though we won it with another kennel mate, but she's as good as you could get.
Well, following tonight's magnificent victory, you have a nice bonus to look forward to, perhaps. You have a crack at 50,000 next year.
So we'll have a go at it anyway. We have the bit of experience now, and we'll give it a lash.
What will the game plan be with the bitch?
I suppose the owners will dictate a little, but she'll be lightly raced now. Maybe I don't know whether they want to go to Taurus or that, but I'd say you won't see her till next March or April. If I hit me way, we'll let Aidan sweat a bit for his money.
And then a bit of a crack at the Oaks, and it really is.
Like there's a big pot there now to be aimed for, and we'll try and, even though you can't put them in cotton wool either, you lay them off for a while. It's hard enough to get them back too, to that type of form. So she'll be gone. You won't see her anyway till March or April, I'd say anyway.
Well, she has the advantage. She can do it from the front. She can do it from behind.
That is the beauty. Axel Grease is a bit the same now. Like we have others there. Like 90% of the dogs, if they don't bang out and lead, you tear up your ticket. But there's a few of them that can do it both ways, which is a big asset.
Shelbourne Park on Saturday night hosted the final of the Egan Hospitality 525 total prize fund €20,000, 10,000 of which went to the winner. The Larry Dunn trained Moby Gamble was a non-runner from trap 5. We take a look at the lineup.
1 Spinner's Choice, trained by Johnny Donoghue for Fran Carey and Tom Dempsey in Wexford. This a flying early pace son of Jamela Prince and Shining Mist. He's the second favourite, he's ideally drawn and a likely pace setter. In trap 2, Air Force James, this son of Top Honcho and Manola Puma, is trained by Paul Hennessy for Keith Doherty of Dublin. He is blistering pace from the second corner. If there's any trouble up front, he'll be finishing faster than most. In trap 3, a worthy favourite, Smoking Band. The Diamond Stakes winner is a son of Honcho Classic and Stay Sharp, trained by Mary Gilbert for the Vinnie Jones-led Take a Right Syndicate. He is blistering pace throughout. He went close to the track record, the second last night. He's one they all have to beat. In 4, the outsider of the lineup, 10 Honchos. Tony Fahey Jr. trains this one for the TG Syndicate. He's a son of Frisbee Flashing and Mysa Team. He starts and he stays, but he's facing an uphill task. And 6, I've Had It, owned and trained by Des Foran in Dublin. This son of Larkhill Joe and Springtown Charm is very good early pace. He's ideally drawn the stripes. He never runs a bad race, and he could make the frame. Runners now in traps for the final of Egan Hospitality 525. The favourite in trap 3, Smoking Band. And away they go. Number 4, 10 Honchos, off to a good start. Smoking Band going up well in second. On the outside, number 6, that's I've Had It. But around the corner, it's number 6, I've Had It that leads. Number 4, 10 Honchos in chase. Then comes number 1, Spinner's Choice. Further back to number 3, Smoking Band. He's an awful lot of work to do. It's number 6, I've Had It that leads. Spinner's Choice showing big pace to go second. Back in third, number 3, Smoking Band. But number 6, I've Had It continues to lead. Number 1, Spinner's Choice in second. Here comes number 2, Air Force James with a power pack finish. Around the final corner, it's number 6, I've Had It. Here comes Air Force James, and Air Force James wins it. It's close for second, perhaps number 1, Spinner's Choice. 28.74 the winning time. While running, number 2, Air Force James did a blistering performance. Well, the result of the final of the Egan Hospitality 525, Air Force James, a big prize winner. Second, number 3, Smoking Band, and third, number 1, Spinner's Choice. The winning time, 28.74. Smoking Band was the hot favourite and he raced from trap 3, but luck wasn't on his side in the early stages. 10 Honchos cutting straight in at the corner and Smoking Band left with nowhere to go. Number 1, Spinner's Choice, giving a bump at this stage, but look at Air Force James. Into the third bend, number 3, Smoking Band went to the inside. Air Force James went to the outside, but once Air Force James got the better run, he was always going to stay on best of all, and he flew home to record a famous victory in 28.74. Smoking Band stayed on very well for second.
Well, Susan, a great performance from Air Force James, last to first.
Fantastic, Michael, terrific. But that's James, that's his way of running, you know. He's not blessed in the early department, but he comes home great. And you always know on the back straight, you're watching him to get it through, weave through the field. And he had the leader in his sights, and he coming up the home straight, he just hit lucky tonight, so terrific.
When did you start cheering?
Oh, I started cheering on the back straight because I said, yeah, James, come on. Plot your field, track them home, and you always know coming off the last bend, he flies up the home straight, so it was terrific tonight. I'm thrilled, delighted.
You're the lucky mascot, I think. When Paul stays away in places like Cork and that, you have a habit of steering in the winners here.
I don't know about that, but hopefully, thanks be to God, he had a bit of luck tonight in Cork as well, so it's always great to win. I mean, you can win semi-finals, first round, second rounds, but it's always nice to do it on the night. That's the important night.
Well, it caps another good year, over 400 winners now this year.
Yeah, it's a great year, thanks be to God, so hopefully now we'll keep it going, and it's pressure all the time, but we'll keep at it.
Little Bird tells me you're winning a lot of money tonight.
Yes, actually, I came here with €1 and I'm up to 26.
So tell us, is this your first time with dogs?
It is indeed, and actually I'm originally from Cork and it's been a while since I've been home, so it's great to be back in Cork and see such a beautiful layout here, and it's great food and a lot of fun.
So pick us one out of this for the big race.
Taming the Tiger.
The main event on the night in Curraheen Park was the final of the Beamish Stout 575 stake. 4 of the 6 runners represented the black and amber kennels in Kilkenny. We join Michael Fortune for the lineup and see how our young lady gets on with her choice of Taming the Tiger.
In trap 1 is Flashing Away, owned by Conor Sullivan and Roy Felmingham, trained by Georgina Goodall. Number 2, Deerfield Gold, owned by Brian Dalton, trained by Mossy O'Connor. Number 3 is Lance Pineapple, owned by Liz Bodie, trained by Paul Hennessy. In 4, another Hennessy runner, Phoenix Ice, owned by Nolly McCreevy and Ann Cox. But in 5, When You Like, the third Hennessy runner, owned by the MME Syndicate. And in 6, we have Taming the Tiger, the fourth Hennessy trained finalist owned by Kim Ella Kenny and Odrin McGettigan. The favourite is When You Like, a 2-to-1 chance running from trap 5. Now the hare coming up behind the boxes. Away on the favourite, slowly out, and it's number 4, Phoenix Ice away well with 2, Deerfield Gold. But Phoenix Ice proves a stronger on the run to the bend, goes on by a length from Deerfield Gold in second. Number 3, Lance Pineapple is now in third with 5, When You Like on the premises. But out front, Phoenix Ice has poached a good lead here. 3-4 clear, down past halfway from 2, Deerfield Gold in second. Now number 6, Taming the Tiger coming with his traditional finishing burst, but can he catch these in front? It's still Phoenix Ice, number 4 from 2, Deerfield Gold in second. Taming the Tiger is running on, but he's not going to get there. It's Phoenix Ice all the way with Deerfield Gold running on strongly in second and Taming the Tiger in third. The result of the Beamish Stout 575, the winner number 4, Phoenix Ice, owned by Nolene McCreevy and Ann Cox, trained by Paul Hennessy. Second, number 2, Deerfield Gold, and third, number 6, Taming the Tiger, and the time 31:17.
He got a good start, and that was vital the way the race worked out. Moss's dog chased him hard the whole way to the line. And, you know, he was probably the option bet. The dogs inside him hadn't great early. And When You Like had to break fast to win it. And, you know, that's the look of the draw. I mean, it's a bitter look for the Kildare contingent. So unfortunately, with business commitments and everything else, they couldn't be here tonight, the owners. But they were on the mobiles and they're very pleased that the dog has won the final. And it was a good win. Yeah, he is. He's a good, consistent dog. Broke well, and as I say, he needed to get a good start to hold Moss's dog all the way to the line. He's out on Monday night in the Vodafone in Harold's Cross, so there's no rest for the wicket. And he's very well in himself. The dog is very fit. And like those kind of opportunities, when they come along, you must have a go at them. So he's due to reappear again on Monday night. He won't get much of the Beamish, but I'm sure the rest of the people around will make up for that.
Beamish had a novel idea for their leading customers. They each received a nomination in the stake. We spoke with the marketing manager, Brendan Coughlin, to explain.
From our top 100 Beamish Stout accounts, and what we do is that we make a raffle or a draw for the 36 nominations, and luckily enough, those that qualify, they're invited to the Curraheen Park for the first round to see their dog running. And if they qualify, they come back for corporate entertaining on the semi-final and the final night. And luckily enough, Dave from O'Brien's Bar in Ballymac was the winner here this evening. As you can see, they're quite happy with their victory, and we wish them every success.
Came up the first night to see the dog run, and I said this dog will make the final anyway. So we organised a bus from the bar, and just thought he was up here tonight, and he won, and it was a great night.
The Vodafone Grand Prix got underway at Harold's Cross last Friday night, and the big attraction was the appearance of Serene Rumble running in the second heat. In last year's event, he set a new national record when winning the final. But the dog has been out injured since the quarter-finals of the Irish Derby, but a hot favourite to make a winning return.
Group Cheers going up strongly on the inside, and Group Cheers leads into the corner from 6, Serene Rumble. He's taken a bump and he's back into third place, back into fourth now as they head down the back. It's number 2 out front. Group Cheers going on from 1, Magdalen Gold in second. Into the third bend, number 2, Group Cheers is holding up Serene Rumble as he tries to get through and is in more trouble there. Around the final bend, a big upset here in this one, the 9th race. Number 2, Group Cheers out front. Number 1, Magdalen Gold is second. Coming to the line, it's 2, 1 and a photo finish for third.
And that really finishes his chances of qualifying for the next round. So his hopes of defending the Vodafone Grand Prix title effectively ended in the very first round.
The Shawhall Mercedes Glen Electrical Jim Williams and the track bookmakers Munster Puppy Cup reached its conclusion at Clonmel last Sunday night, again carrying a winner's prize of €10,000 plus trophy. This event attracted a large crowd, and one man who's no stranger to Clonmel, Shemus Gubbins from Glen Electrical, explains his involvement at the track.
Years ago we actually were the original track here in 1963, so I was delighted to have got the contract to have done the new works, and thrilled with that.
You must see major changes here now. It's become very successful.
Absolutely, it's unbelievable, and even the technology of the lighting is extraordinary. We actually were this place with old filament bulbs, none of the technology that's here tonight.
And Tez, have you any interest in the greyhounds yourself?
Yes, I do. We've had 2 of them, and the 4 amigos, and best forgotten, best not talk about, unsuccessful venture. But we'll be back, we'll get something else.
So let's get back to the action. Here's Ian with the lineup.
Spin 1 John Joe's Dream, trained by Nicky Turner for John Davis. Trap 2 is Hawkwell Boy. Owen McKenna trains this one for David Miles. They're represented twice in this final. In 3, Lemon Honcho, owned and trained by Pauline Lennon in Kilkenny. 4 is Free Light, owned and trained by Eamon and Mick Morton in County Cork. In 5, Droopy's Carling, the second of the Owen McKenna runners, owned by David Miles. He's a son of Droopy's Vieri. And 6, Velvet Cash, owned and trained by Mike Buckley, well drawn in the stripes. Well, the runners now in traps for the final of the Munster Puppy Cup. This is a very open contest. The break is going to be all important. They hair up behind traps and away they go. A level enough start. Number 4, Free Light going up, but on the outside, Velvet Cash. Back in the inside, number 1, John Joe's Dream, but into the corner. And Velvet Cash on the outside. Now number 1 takes up the running. John Joe's Dream, a bit of a pile up there. Number 6, Velvet Cash leads. Number 3 on the premises, that's Lemon Honcho, but it's number 6, Velvet Cash that leads. Number 3, Lemon Honcho, a strong challenger in second. Further back to number 4, Free Light, who has having a good battle with Hawkwell Boy, but around the final corners, it's number 6, Velvet Cash now goes on ahead once again from number 3, Lemon Honcho. Around the final corner, Velvet Cash, number 3, Lemon Honcho, taking a couple of bumps, but Velvet Cash gets there. It's very close for the minor placings, but what a victory for number 6, Velvet Cash. And victory in the Munster Puppy Cup going to Mike Buckley's Velvet Cash, a 7-2 chance. Second, Trap 3, Lemon Honcho, and third, Trap 2, Hawkwell Boy, 29-23, the winning time.
Pat, you're no stranger to the winning enclosure these days for a man who hasn't held his licence that long.
No, it's went to another winner there tonight, Teigh. Little dog ran well. He got a couple of tips within the first and second, but held his line. Good guts, the little dog ran on well, won his race. So delighted, over the moon with him.
And Teigh, where are you going to go with Velcash?
Oh, sure, we'll play it by ear at the minute, you know. You never know, I might hold him for the Project Stakes next year or that. I might rest him over the winter now.
Possibly go for the National Puppy probably as well, will he?
Go for the National Puppy, but we'll play it by ear. He's about 8 or 9 races running, 4 of them won. Oh, he's done us no harm, like he's a good little bit of a dog. He got a bit injured on us earlier in the time, just coming right at the right time, you know. So he's a good prospect for next year now.
Also on Sunday night were the semi-finals of the Northwest Oaks, which took place at the very popular Lifford track. A most welcome visitor on the night was Climate Control. Manager of Lifford, Hugh Duffy, presented Diarmuid Graham with a Marina Hamilton painting of the Derby winner himself. Michael now takes a look back at the lineup for the semi-finals.
The first semi-final in Trap 1 is Tin Top, won by Margaret Conway and Celine Madden, trained by Larry Mason, well drawn. Number 2, the favourite at 9-4, is Shalom, owned and trained by Shemus Graham. In 3 is Maureen's Angel, owned by Veronica Devlin, daughter of Rowan Oakey, one of the outsiders. Number 4, Greenlough Slip at 6-1, owned by Murty Henry, the daughter of Honcho Classic. In 5, the very consistent Count Again, owned by Charles Adams, this one at 4-1. And on the outside is 3-Star Gem, owned by the Dubuis Syndicate, trained by Ollie Bray, very well housed in 6. The hair now coming up behind traps for this opening semi-final. The favourite Shalom, she goes from Trap 2 at 9-4 favourite. Away reasonably well, but it's number 3, Maureen's Angel, showing a real dash of pace, going clear to the bend from 4, Greenlough Slip in second. The favourite Shalom is in third, and these appear to have it between them. But down the far side, number 3, Maureen's Angel, a clear leader from 4, Greenlough Slip. There's about 4 lengths in it, approaching the third bend. Number 3, Maureen's Angel, Greenlough Slip, now beginning to close in second. Shalom also beginning to move in third. Off the final bend is number 3, Maureen's Angel, being challenged by 4, Greenlough Slip. She's getting closer all the time, but it's number 3, Maureen's Angel, just holds on from Greenlough Slip in second, with number 2, Shalom in third. A fine performance there from Maureen's Angel, showing brilliant early pace to win this opening semi-final. The result of the first semi-final, the winner number 3, Maureen's Angel, owned by Veronica Devlin. Second, number 4, Greenlough Slip. And third, number 2, Shalom. The time, 28:46. The second semi-final. In Trap 1 is Billis Madam, owned by Ed McQuaid, a daughter of Split the Bill, one of the outsiders in this field. Number 2 is BALLYMAC Returns. Well-fancied runner, trained by Fraser Black for Dermot Lynch, a daughter of Droopy's Woods. Good early pace. In 3, Margan Bluebell, owned by John Wright, trained by Linda Jones, a British challenger this one. Number 4, Major Boss, owned by John Chard, trained by Ronnie McKeown, a daughter of Kilmesson Jet, 6-1 in the betting. Number 5 is KINCRAIG Brindle, a real track specialist, daughter of Smooth Rumble, owned by Karen Agnew. This one the 5-4 favourite. And number 6 is Molly Malone, owned by Ronan O'Shea, a daughter of Top Honcho and Miss Henrietta Bell, 7-1 in the betting. The hare now coming up behind the traps. The favourite is KINCRAIG BRINDLE, 5-4, a real Lifford specialist. She's awake reasonably well. Number 3 runs wide though at the start. That's Morgan Bluebell. And on the run up, it's number 2 BALLYMAC Returns, going clear around the corner from one Billis Madam in second. But it's number 2 BALLYMAC Returns opening up a sizable lead into the back straight. Now number 5 KINCRAIG BRINDLE begins to motor in second, but it's still in front is BALLYMAC Returns. KINCRAIG is getting much closer though. Onto the final bend is number 2 in front, BALLYMAC Returns. KINCRAIG BRINDLE is really in pursuit at this stage, and in third place number 4 Major Boss putting in a huge run. Oh, it's very tight coming to the line with number 2 BALLYMAC Returns apparently just holding on there. The result of the second semi-final, the winner number 2 BALLYMAC Returns, owned by Dermot Lynch, second number 5 KINCRAIG BRINDLE, and third number 4 Major Boss, time 28:58. The final of the Northwest Oaks will be run at Lifford on Sunday night, and the trap draw is in 1 BALLYMAC Returns, 2 Major Boss, 3 MAUREENS Angel, 4 Shallow, 5 GREENLOUGH Slip, and in 6 KINCRAIG BRINDLE. Well, that's the draw for the final. Now let's see what the bookmakers think.
Well, I'm standing here in a very little left, but I'll try and give you a brief summary of it. I have it here. The favourite's still going to be KINCRAIG BRINDLE, no matter what anyone says. She pulled off many lengths there, looked very unlucky. She's drawn 6, a slight problem possibly. Fraser Black, a very, very dangerous looking contender. He's perfectly drawn, or the bitches, sorry, BALLYMAC in 1. She'd be a real danger in 1. And you can't rule out MAUREENS Angel. You can't rule her out simply because she's on a marvellous time tonight, 28:60 odds. Fantastic bitch. But it's a very open race, and I would slightly favour KINCRAIG BRINDLE simply on her record at Lifford alone. She's a marvellous bitch up here and very difficult to beat. As you can see, at a queue, they're longer than a sale in Harrods there to pay out. There's not much left in the bag, but we'll still be here next week if we have anything left. Hopefully we'll have.
And now for the week's fixtures. On Thursday at Enniscorthy, it's the semi-finals of the Leinster Oaks and the second round of the Jubilee Grand Prix. Then on Friday at Harold's Cross, it's also the second round of the Vodafone Grand Prix. Tralee hosts the second round of the Brown Victory Kingdom Derby, and the semi-finals of the O'Grady of Gort 525 take place at Galway. On to Saturday at Shelbourne Park, it's the first round of the Comerford Cakes National Puppy Stake, while the Express Repro Graphics Marathon gets underway at Cork, as well as the semi-finals of the Dearbid Coffee Open 550. Mullingar hosts a benefit night in aid of Loreto College Equestrian Centre and the final of the Anglo-Irish Bank Open 550. Lifford concludes the week's fixtures on Sunday night with the final of the Northwest Oaks. For quick and concise information on greyhound form, race cards and a multitude of data, visit the new Irish Greyhound website at www.igb.ie. Next week we'll have highlights from the Vodafone Grand Prix and the Comerford Cakes National Puppy Stake, the final from Lifford plus the best of the action from Mullingar's benefit night.